We're back in the secret base, although it looks a little different now. This is the base I showed in an earlier video, which was a tutorial about hidden piston doors. And now, there are more hidden entrances, except most of them are inside of the already secret base. And in this video, I will be showing you how to build 10 more secret entrances, except these ones aren't piston doors. So the first 4 of these will not require any redstone. So they should be very easy to build if you don't really like doing redstone stuff. And the last 6 will include at least a little bit of redstone. It can be from barely any to a lot of redstone. So let's get straight into it. The first one has to be blended in with the decoration of the house. So you may have noticed that there are trapdoors on each of these pillars here. And on this one in the corner right here, flip it up, there's a little gap you can crawl into. And this leads down to the secret base. So the next one is a well-hidden hole in the wall. So there I tried to blend that area in. And if you just get an ender pearl, throw it in there, there's a little tunnel you can crawl through. And this will lead down to the same ladder that the trapdoor on the pillar connects to, and to the secret base. Okay, this next one is outside the secret base. That's the only one in this video that's not inside of the building. And Wandering Trader seems to have come into this pond. But secret entrance is in this pond. Simply jump in, go into swim mode, ignore the Wandering Trader, and there's a trapdoor just hidden behind a coral, and that leads to the base. So if you're in this pond, you probably won't notice the trapdoor unless you're looking for it. So, and I didn't come up with that one. I first saw that in one of Therapy Gaming's builds, and then I saw it in a Green video, and he might have gotten it from Green, possibly because he watches Green. So yeah, that's not my idea. And the next one is the most basic secret entrance you could possibly have, but also probably the most well-hidden one. Just remember which block it is, break the block, and you can go down, and then just place it back behind you, and you're at the secret base. Alright, now we're moving on to the redstone stuff. So you may have noticed these doors at the very start of the video, and you're probably wondering what's behind them. Well, this is my super secret, well-hidden room with all my valuables right there that no robber would ever find. Okay, so this is intentionally made to be very obvious. As you go through, they're gonna see the chest and see the tripwire. It's like, never put tripwire on black wool like this. It's never gonna work as a trap. People are definitely gonna see a tripwire like this. So any robbers will just jump over the tripwire and come to this chest and see that's empty, then jump back and leave. But what they don't realize is that the tripwire wasn't really a trap. And even if they test it, do that, look down there, they'll see lava, think it's a trap. But really it's not a trap. If you just drop down here, it's actually the entrance to your base. So to build this, we are gonna line some pistons up. So however many blocks long you want the hole to be, that's how many pistons you're going to put in a line. So I'm going to do 3 for this example. And then you can decide how wide you want your hallway to be. I'm going to do 2 blocks wide. If you want it to just be 1 block wide, you only need 1 set of pistons. You don't need a second on this side. But since I am making it 2 blocks wide, I'm going to add 2 sets of pistons, so they're going to be placed here. So your hallway will be here. So the pistons are 1 block away from the floor, and your walls will be here, so you can't see the pistons. And underneath the floor is where you're going to dig your hole. So make that go as far down as you want. And if you want, you can add lava and then water underneath at the bottom, so that it looks even more like a trap, but you don't have to do that. So tripwire will be in like a very obvious spot in the wall, like this, for example. And I'm gonna run some more across here. Here we go. That's like a very obvious tripwire hook. And one thing I should mention that I forgot to do in the tutorial is you want to have your tripwire one block further away from the pistons than I put it in this tutorial, because it will bud power the first set of pistons and won't open the whole pit. So make sure your tripwire is just slightly further away from where you put your pistons than I put it in this tutorial. Anyway, back to the tutorial. Now to that, we're going to connect redstone torch and blocks here, and then just run redstone across there like that. Then do the same on the other side, like so. And you can go ahead and build the walls and everything around here now. So now it seems like a very horrible trap that no one would ever fall for, but you can just drop right in. And if you want, you can add some delay to this to make it so that you can get in time in case it's kind of hard to drop in that short amount of time. To add delay, simply move the tripwire back a little bit, like this. And then we're going to connect torches here and tripwires on this block. And across here like this. And now we're going to add repeaters set to however much delay you want to add. So I'm going to do it at 4 ticks. Now you have a little bit more time before it opens. Next is the hidden button. So I hit a button back here, and this opens the entrance to the secret base, although it doesn't. When I press the button, nothing happens, except you might hear a trapdoor flipping. But how does that bring you to your next secret base? Well, this is one that only a specific player can activate. So if someone breaks into your house and tries to find your secret base, they can press this button all they want. They're never going to get in. Only you can get in by using an ender pearl. So if you go down to your secret base and get an ender pearl, you just throw it into this ender pearl stasis chamber, and once it floats up to the top, you can go ahead and exit the base. And now, when I press the button, only if I do it, I'll teleport in. Well, a robber could press the button, but you would teleport in instead of them. So basically, they would never be able to get into your base if you use this entrance. And it's actually quite simple. Not much redstone is required at all. So to build this contraption, you're going to put the base wherever you want. So let's say you want the base to be way over here somewhere. You're going to dig 7 blocks deep in the ground, so, like so. And then I guess it's 8. Then I'm going to place a soul stem there at the bottom. And now, all the way at the top, we're going to place a trapdoor right on top of the hole. So now we're going to decide where we want our button to be. So this could be anywhere. Let's put it somewhere like up here. And it can even be on the ground or anything. I'm just going to do it floating in the air so it's better to see. Oh, better to see? Easier to see. Yeah. So now we're going to place redstone torch in the back of that block. And then we're going to run a redstone signal from that torch all the way to our secret base. Now, I would not recommend having your redstone at the open like this. This is not very hidden. So this would be underground or inside of walls or something. And if it's too far, you can easily add a repeater. So it goes far enough, like so. Now your trapdoor is open. So whenever I press this button, trapdoor is going to set. So it's a very simple redstone contraption. It's basically just a line of redstone, pretty much. Now in this hole, we're going to fill it with water. You have to do it one block at a time to make sure each block is a water source. So you can't just place water at the top here and let it drop down. That won't create a bubble column. If you make each block a source all the way to the top, it will be an upwards bubble column. You can't sink in it. And now, if it's 7 blocks deep, you can throw an ender pearl in, and it shouldn't hit the bottom, and it will just float on the top like that. So now, if I press this button, the trapdoor is going to set, and I'm going to teleport to it, because this ender pearl is going to collide with the trapdoor. The next secret entrance uses one of these furnaces. So choose one furnace that you want to have as activation for your secret entrance. And now in that furnace, you can put anything. So I'm just going to get an oak log, throw it in, and now the secret base opens. Then I'm going to take it out. It's going to close. There we go. So this one is also very simple. You're going to have your furnace wherever you want it to be, and then have a comparator behind that. And if you want, you can even have a block and a comparator. It'll still detect if there's an item in the furnace. And then from the comparator, simply just run a line to your redstone door. So I made a video earlier showing how to make various hidden redstone doors. So you could use any of those or any other entrance. For example, I'm just gonna use a piston simply. Then you throw something in there. Oh yeah, that's right. Connect a repeater to that. That's important. So comparator, repeater, then a line to your secret entrance. And I know this isn't much of a secret entrance, but this is just an example. Connect it to whatever you want it to be. This is just an activation for any circuit. Once I take that out, it'll turn off this redstone signal, therefore turning off whatever circuit you have on the end. Okay, now here's the next one. You might have thought that these leaves up here were kind of suspicious. Why would I have random leaves in the house? Well, if you're suspicious of them, then you're correct. They have to do with another one of secret entrances. So, if you just place a log right there, it's going to open the entrance, you can jump in, then it closes. Easy. So this entrance uses a simple mechanic that not many people know about, where if there are leaves and you place a log next to them, it will receive an update. So, for example, if I put an observer here and run that into a piston, if I place a log there, it's going to trigger the piston. Also when I break it. So, this secret entrance is very easy to make. Just simply have leaves as decoration, and then hide an observer connected to the leaves. Make sure it's not too obvious. Like here, I can clearly see there's an observer there. People are going to be suspicious. But if you can manage to hide the observer well, like I tried to do in there, then you can simply just connect this to your secret entrance. And again, I'm just going to use a piston as an example. But of course, this would be that secret door or whatever circuit you want to have on the end here. So now, when I place the log, it triggers it, moves it, triggers it twice. So that is something you have to be aware of. Breaking the log does do a double activation, so make sure that doesn't break your circuit. So this next one requires you to have a book with you. So, or just anywhere in the house, basically, and a lectern somewhere. So when you have a book, place it on the lectern, open the book, and scroll through like this. But one of the pages will open a secret entrance, as you probably heard. So if you stop on just the right page, then it'll open. And I chose page 10. So drop in here, right into the secret base. And here's the redstone. It looks more complicated than it really is. So let me explain how to build this and how it generally works. Hopefully I won't bore you too much. So this comparator is the main input. Behind this is the lectern over there. So when a book is put into that, it will trigger this comparator. Depending on what page it is on, from 1 to 15, it will give a different redstone signal strength from 1 to 15. So page 1 is 1 strength, page 2 is 2 strength, etc. So this comparator is used to compare signal strength outputted from this one with the signal strength outputted from the second one. Now, what is the second one set to? That is whatever one you want it to be. So this hopper has a certain amount of items in it, and this will also give a specific signal strength. And if you wanted, you could also, to make this more simple, just use a lectern and just set it to the page you want it to be on. So for this example, I realized that's probably going to be better than using hoppers. So let me get lecterns and we can quill. So if I put a lectern here, put a book on there, and set it to the page you want it to activate on for that lectern out there. And you're going to put another lectern here on this side and do the same thing. Set it to the same exact page. So I'm going to do page 9 here. So now you're going to connect a piece of redstone dust here and comparator leading out from this second lectern. So then you're going to connect a repeater from there leading to an AND gate. If you know how to build these, then it'll be simple. If you don't know how to build it, basically set 3 blocks in a row, 1 torch on each side with redstone dust in the middle. On the other side, in the center, you're going to put another redstone torch. So first input will connect here, that side of the AND gate. Next one, leading from this comparator, is going to connect to this side. Sorry if this is confusing. This is one of the more complicated contraptions. Now from this torch in the back, we're going to lead a line of redstone dust all the way to the activation for your secret entrance. So, yeah. Basically, that line of redstone dust I just showed you leads all the way to this secret entrance here. So, if I go onto page 10, oh wait, that's right, I said it to page 9, didn't I? Page 9, it's gonna open the secret entrance. Yay, confusing redstone. And now we're finally on the 10th secret entrance. So this one is this flower pot. So you stand here above the trapdoor and take the flower out of the pot and it'll drop straight in to the secret base. Okay, I struggled to explain the lectern contraption. Now I have this to explain. If you want to see how to build this, I'm going to leave a link in one of the cards to a separate video that will show how to build this contraption, because, yeah, I don't want to put all of this into a video if you guys don't actually want to see me trying to show how to build this, and that might be difficult to do. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you will be able to use at least one of these contraptions I showed in this video. And thanks for watching. Bye!